May I now invite Professor Nizam to speak to us, please, about the current scenario of palliative care in Bangladesh?
I've been asked by the organizers to draw a picture of what has been happening in the field of palliative care in Bangladesh in 10 minutes' time. Let's focus on the theme of this year's World Hospice Palliative Care Day. The theme is My Care, My Comfort. Whose care we are talking about, whose comfort we are talking about. We're talking about the care and comfort of the people with serious health-related suffering and with incurable life-threatening diseases. This obviously tells us that these people do not get competent, compassionate care which they deserve as an individual of civilized society. Palliative care is everybody's business. And I will finish this 10 minutes with one important question. Why in Bangladesh, we, those who are pursuing palliative care for last 12 years, are failing to draw attention of the relevant quarter. A lot of things happening in palliative care field, or in another way, almost nothing has been happening. Allow me to start from that point that nothing has been happening here much, because the latest Lancet Commission report says that in Bangladesh, 600,000 people suffer while they die, including 29,000 children. And when there are adequate knowledge and skill can be made available to alleviate their suffering, though we cannot cure them, we fail. We fail to offer them minimum level of alleviation to that suffering. Why? Because palliative care is not incorporated into the mainstream healthcare. In 2014, World Health Alliance recommended that palliative medicine should be included into the mainstream healthcare, into the primary healthcare facility. Bangladesh became a signatory of that resolution, Resolution 6019. 3 years before that, in 2011, Bangladesh hosted the second international conference on public health and palliative care. Now, interestingly, at that time in 2011, including myself, most of the professional colleagues did not have any idea what is palliative care. And moreover, what is the public health approach? Individuals and institutions are passionately pursuing this issue of palliative care. But up to now, we have failed to draw the attention of the people at the top level, the policymakers. The major breakthrough came, number one, with the development of the independent department in the university. And the second breakthrough, I would say, came on the 24th November last year, when the Ministry of Health and the Director General of Health Office unveiled the national guideline of palliative. Forgive me for saying this, that in this has been the last 10 months. We don't know where are those national guidelines lying, whether in a storeroom of a Director General's office or not. Now, palliative care is everybody's business. We all are mortal. Unfortunately, in last 150 years, the culture, the social culture and the medical culture has become a sort of death-denying culture. And that's why every time we hear people talking about intensive care unit, quite often I wonder, as if people don't die in intensive care unit. To me, palliative care is also an intensive care unit. So what is the difference between these conventional ICU and palliative care ICU? To me, the intensive care unit, conventional intensive care unit, are the places where my daughter, if become curably ill but seriously ill, I will put her in an intensive care unit. But if my children becomes incurably ill, will not make it, for her or him, I will also prefer a place of intensive care full of compassion and competent care, where she won't develop a bed sore, where she won't have pain, and where she will not have a painful death, will not breathe her last with lots of suffering. The oral morphine, the situation remains as before, is only available mostly in Dhaka, but there's only one good news about it. The narcotic law has been changed in 2018, November 12th of 2018, where every doctor now has the legal permission to write morphine prescription. But till the doctors are being properly trained, till the myths and misconception regarding morphine prescription, regarding morphine, which is the golden drug of choice for cancer pain, the situation will remain same. Without a public health approach of palliative care, it will not reach to the people on the ground. For example, what about the 150,000 people living in the slums of Bangladesh? What about the people in the Rohingya camps? Won't they be needing? So we need to have training centers. We need to have good centers in all the medical colleges and district hospitals. But a public health approach of palliative care should be the priority. Kerala, in Uganda, in Ethiopia, in Catalonia of Spain, there are models where a public health approach has given tremendous coverage. Thank you very much.